welcome everybody to another edition of this rock and rousing podcast we call To the Turnbuckle. That's right, it's Tuesday, and you damn sure know what that means. And I'm sitting in for Mr. Napper for a few moments. So Travis Gnarly Napper is a little indisposed. I don't mean the toilet. He's got a job. But sitting next to me, 6 feet away, fully vaccinated as am I, is the Mag Daddy of them all, the Father of the Year, my favorite minister, my favorite theater people employee, my favorite just overall individual, my favorite Just for Men sponsor, my favorite podcast distributor, my favorite Gatorade sipper, and my favorite AEW fan, because I can't stand most of them, Jason Mac Daddy McCarthy. How are you, buddy?
You know, that's egregious. I like the gray in my beard, okay? It makes me look distinguished.
I found a gray hair earlier in mine.
Okay.
And Peyton goes, you look distinguished. I was like, well, I feel a little early for all this, though.
See, I used to be you. I mean, not that much red, but like, you know how it's still dark in places? Well, where it's gray, it was red.
Yep.
I'm Irish as hell.
Irish.
But on the favorite minister part, I should be everyone's favorite minister. I'm pretty legit.
I mean, you can do a whole lot of daggum things, my friend. Because, well, whoops-a-daisy.
Got double audio coming through.
Hey, that's all right. That's fine. That's fine. Jordan Smith, thank you for watching. Robert, thank you for watching. Jose, thank you. Marcus, thank you. We do appreciate you. All righty. Let us know how everything is sounding. If we are good, if we are not good, if we are, whatever it may be. All right. So, but yes, I found what I'm a natural blonde, so it could be extremely blonde, but I found what I believe is a gray hair or two in my beard today, and I told Peyton in the car when I've got to shave. But I don't give a damn if I'm going gray, like, because some people just go gray early. It's how it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, Taker's been going gray for years.
I mean, my dad's been gray for as long as I can remember.
Like it just is. Hey, the Bible says the gray hair is a sign of wisdom, and I've already said I'm the smartest mother humper in this room.
Wouldn't go that far about me. I don't know if I've earned enough wisdom for all this gray, Logan.
Well, after that's been our religious conversation for the evening. All right, let's talk what we're here to talk about, and that's WWE news and notes to start it out. Samoa Joe, that's right, Samoa Joe, I have to go, give us a guess when I say Samoa Joe, reportedly returning to NXT in a non-wrestling role. Now, if you saw the end of NXT TakeOver in your house, you saw William Regal mention that it's been bedlam in NXT for far too long for his liking and things of that nature, and he needs a change. So, Mr. McCarthy, I want to know, do you buy this rumor that Samoa Joe is on his way back to the WWE already? And do you think he is going to be William Regal's replacement? Do you think he's going to be the enforcer? Do you think he has anything to do with this angle at all? Or is he coming back to commentary and maybe the new GM of NXT will have some bad news on a consistent basis, if you see what it did there? What are your thoughts on the Samoa Joe rumors, and what are your thoughts on William Regal suggesting that NXT needs to change after 7 years as NXT GM?
So I had seen that he's already works there in an unspecified role, probably backstage-ish stuff. I think
Love backstage stuff.
You know, he would make a really good GM. Like, because William Regal is, like, not the definition of what people think when you say pro wrestling GM. He's out of the way.
Yep.
Only gets involved when it's absolutely necessary, so the spotlight is on the wrestlers and not the dude making the calls. I think Samoa Joe would be pretty much in line with that, except, you know, he's younger than Regal was when Regal took this position.
Scott, thank you for watching. How are you, my friend? Scott, how are you? Jim, hello.
Theory, Samoa Joe could, I don't know if he's able to wrestle with his injury history, but he could do a backstage segment where someone's giving him some lip.
Boom.
And it's pro wrestling, so I'm just going to know, we ain't playing this game, and just take him out real quick.
Yep.
First day one, do it day one.
Handle that business.
Handle it right there.
Handle that business.
That way, it's like, oh yeah, we can't push around Mr. Samoa Joe.
Slap Karrion Kross right across the face first day on the job. Boom.
You can't do that to me. I'm the champion. I'm the GM. I could see that conversation.
I'm the GM, and if you touch me, you're suspended 90 days and your title is stripped. So go ahead, hit me like Austin is the sheriff. Remember when he couldn't be touched?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So please provoke me. Crystal, thank you for watching. Mickey, thank you. Billy, thank you. What do you guys think? Samoa Joe, NXT. Do you think that he is the new GM of NXT? Is he going to be William Regal's enforcer, his Arn Anderson, if you will? What do you want to see from Samoa Joe in NXT? Thank you so much for watching. Again, you're watching To the Turnbuckle, presented by Bruiser Nation Productions, right here on Heel Turn Wrestling on Facebook. Thank you. We hope that you are well. So what do you want to see from Samoa Joe? Let us know, Buckle Brigade, right there in the comments. We will read your comment here live, right on the air. Look, I think that Samoa Joe coming back to NXT would be awesome. It would be fantastic because it was stupid he got released anyway. It's been kind of stupid he's been on commentary the last year. I don't know what his injury history is. I don't know if he can really wrestle anymore. I don't know if he should wrestle anymore. I'm not a doctor. I know that I play one here on TV, but I'm not. For some reason, Loganity DMD has been denied copyright, and that's a real issue for me. Again, do appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching. Please let us know in the comments, what do you want to see from Samoa Joe? Help us help you. Help us help you. Help us help you. Give us a like, give us a share, and yes, give us a comment. What do you want to see from Samoa Joe? Look, I personally would love to see him be the enforcer for Regal, not take over his entire job. Listen, because he talked about bedlam and madness and chaos. By the way, I'm going to add bedlam to my vocabulary. I'm going to add that pretty regularly. I hope everybody in the Buckle Brigade does enjoy that. But he discussed all those things. And he said, it needs a change. Well, I don't know if that means he's not doing his good enough job, but we need a little muscle to prove it because William Regal is, I don't believe, cleared to get physical due to some back and neck issues. So you need somebody that can get a little physical if need be. Well, Samoa Joe may fit that bill. A la Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2003, 2004. Not really cleared to wrestle, but nothing wrong with laying, you'll lay essentially a Taz mission down if you feel like you absolutely have to. Justin Seeger, thank you for watching. He says, I'd rather see a return from Joe between the ropes, but he should make a good GM. We'll see if that happens. Justin, again, thank you for watching, my good friend. Do appreciate you. Well, do you think, Mr. McCarthy, that Joe is, will we ever see him in a wrestling ring as an in-ring competitor again? What do you think his status is?
It's still undetermined because they're not telling us, which they don't have to.
I suppose.
It's none of our business what injury Samoa Joe has. I mean, there's laws that say, as an employer, you can only ask certain questions about someone's health. Sure,
but if I've got to show a vaccination card, then I have a right to know that.
I mean, do you?
No.
I haven't had to show mine, not once. I laminated it just in case, and no one ever asks.
Laminated it.
I mean,
you're such an old guy.
Look, okay, things get ruined, get forgotten in pockets, and washed.
Yes, and back in the 60s when you were in your prime.
That happened all the time.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. I want to see Joe back in the ring myself, but boy, he would add a nice splash and so much into life to NXT. All right, speaking of NXT, again, let us know in the comments what you want to see Samoa Joe do. Thank you all for watching. Sean Potter, James Gardner, all of you, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ronnie, hello. Triple H made some controversial comments this week. McCarthy, did you see this? Did you see these comments?
Refresh me, because I know I saw them.
Well, I'm gonna look.
Go ahead and tell the.
We're not journalists here, so I'm gonna poorly paraphrase.
That's fair.
I'm gonna poorly paraphrase, and essentially he said that look, we have the best women's roster in the world. Everybody wants to work here. Everybody that ever essentially wants to, everybody, and again, I'm poorly paraphrasing, but he did say the word that everyone wants to work here. And obviously that's, to me, that's taking a shot because he was asked on a conference call. They do the occasional media conference calls that he and Vince do at various times. And Triple H did one to promote In Your House. And he was asked about, the NWA going to produce an all-women's pay-per-view on, I believe, August 28th. Mickie James is going to produce it and may or may not be on the card. And essentially he said that, look, he said equality is not having your own show. I'm like, whoa, yeah, Hunter. Sounded like your father-in-law. And your father-in-law's buddy. He said equality is not having your own show. And he said that everyone wants to work in WWE. We have the best women's division in the world. And Tony Khan said, did you see Tony Khan's response? Tony Khan essentially said, and again, I'm poorly paraphrasing. You can find the comments yourself.
That's fair.
I say that because I have to. Once Napper actually comes in here and does his job that doesn't pay him, then I would be glad to look up those comments for you. He said that that's not true. There are plenty of people in AEW that have no intention of ever working over there, meaning the WWE, the Big E, if you will, and I don't mean Dale Earnhardt for you NASCAR individuals. Justin Seeger with another comment. If Roman Reigns can come out and tell us about his conditions, so can Samoa Joe. Justin, I'm with you, but did Roman choose to tell us about his conditions? I doubt he was forced. I doubt he was forced.
I don't think he was forced. He wanted to tell us. Maybe Samoa Joe doesn't. Let's be honest. People I don't know, I don't care if I don't feel well. I know I'm not like Samoa Joe's up here and I'm down here, but I don't care. Just like I don't care if someone I don't know, it sucks when people are sick, but if I don't know you, does it affect me if you're sick? Probably not.
Yes.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh, my mistake.
Jason Jones, thank you for watching. Dalton, thank you for watching. We do appreciate you. Give us a like, give us a share. Let us know what you want from Samoa Joe and NXT. Look, I don't know what, Eric, thank you for watching. I don't know at all in terms of who wants to work where. But the reality is WWE is still the tip top. That's just the truth. I think we can put to bed this notion that AEW is ever going to be the number one company in the world. I don't think it ever happens.
It was never their goal to be the number one company.
Sure, but a lot of IWC people, and I'm not saying you. You're a well-respected man like the Kinks. All right, that's a reference you should understand. You're from that era. And you're a well-respected man. But there was a lot of people at IWC that said that AEW was going to revolutionize the business and really change the game, and they have in some ways. I'm not trying to downplay what they've done, but this idea that they're ever going to be true competition to WWE is probably not accurate. We'll see. Time will tell. You never know. Who knows, right? I don't have a crystal ball. I know. But I think that everything you do in WWE is going to mean a little more. I think that it's going to mean a little more because it's WWE, because it's the established brand, because it's the big kahuna. That's right. I just dropped a big kahuna.
You drop a big kahuna. What in the world? What
do you make of those comments? Do you think that everybody deep down kind of secretly has some sort of weird ass desire to work for WWE? Like, is some part of them because it's the WWE? Or are there going to be people that will become, an AEW guy like Sting was a WCW guy, or Abyss was a TNA guy, as was AJ Styles for so long. He was the face of that organization for such a long time. Do you think that everybody has that secret desire, or do you think that AEW is going to forge its own identity and have guys that are loyal to AEW no matter what?
I think there's going to be, loyal AEW guys, just like there's loyal WWE guys, there's loyal New Japan guys, there's loyal Impact guys. It all comes down to cash and creative. You can be as loyal as you want, but at the end of the day, as JR says it almost every week on his podcast, it all comes down to cash and creative. How much cash do you want? and how much creative are you willing to sacrifice for that cash? Because no one can outbid Vince McMahon, not even the cons. They're not going to pay people more. They're just not, because they offer other things. You know, the ability to be home more than twice a month, the health benefits.
Well, who could ever need that?
I mean, a lot of people, maybe.
Well, that's egregious.
but on the same token, yes, Vince is going to take a lot of your creative juices away and hand everything over to writers, and you have some input, but not a lot. But if your goal is to set your family up for a generation at least, then you're going to go work for Vince. If you are creatively driven, like most wrestlers are, and you had to create something yourself and you don't want to give that away, then AEW is going to be the way to go. It all comes down to priorities, and priorities change all the time.
Sure. No doubt about that.
But there's going to be people that started in AEW that never leave. I don't think Sammy Guevara will ever leave. I don't think MJF will ever leave. I think they're homegrown talent. They're going to stay until their career is over. Everybody else, who knows?
What do you think, Loganites? What do you think, Bucka Brigade? Do you think that AEW can forge that type of legacy where we see a few individuals be the true face of that brand? Brian, thank you for watching. Dell, thank you. Appreciate it. Jay, thank you. Keith, thank you. David. A lot of people tuning in. We do appreciate you. Give us a like, give us a share, and more importantly, give us a comment. Let us know what you think. What do you want to see from Samoa Joe in NXT? And what do you make of Triple H's controversial comments this week as far as, equality is not your own show and everybody kind of wants to work for WWE? All right, last news and notes before we talk about actual in-ring action. WWE is reportedly returning to Saudi Arabia in the fall. It looks to be pretty much a done deal that they will be back in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in November. It sure looks like that yearly tradition, which is usually, twice a year, but obviously due to the pandemic, or the pandemic as we like to call it, they will be reportedly returning to Saudi Arabia in November. It looks to be pretty much a done deal. But again, that's just a rumor. Nothing for sure. But look at the smile on my face. Look at this smile on my face. Why? Well, it's not because I think that taking Saudi blood money is okay. No, I don't think it's okay at all. But you know why I love these Saudi shows? Because we get a lethal dose of nostalgia. God, I love it. Justin Seeger with more comments. Do appreciate you, Justin. Love you, buddy. He said, I think children growing up who want to become a superstar in professional wrestling view WWE as the star promotion. To be the top of the business, you would have to be in WWE. Children don't see AEW or another promotion in the way as to get to the top. Current superstars might be okay with it, but not young fans. What do you think of that comment, Mr. McCarthy?
Well, for the longest time, it was, you didn't make it until you worked for Vince McMahon. But that times have changed. You can make it in New Japan. You can make it in AEW. Kind of like the conversation we just had. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a different level of making it. And there are guys like my age that grew up, and that's kind of all that there was. Yes, people my age grew up on WCW too, but Vince bought them. Right about the people my age graduated high school, started trying to make something of themselves. So for the longest time, that was the only place to go. But now people can make good money on the independents. Like I said, it's all comes down to priorities and what you want to do.
And as much as I don't like the Young Bucks, you have to give credit to guys like the Young Bucks for making that possible. Guys like them, and of course it's a host of others, but guys like them revived the indie scene and made a portion, even if it's a small slither, they made a small slither of wrestling cool again. Whether I agree with how they did it or didn't do it, there's no denying that they took the indies and turned it into the alternative punk rock of professional wrestling, and there was a portion of it that was cool again. Now, whether I liked it or it was my personal taste, no, I'm not my thing. But there's no denying the impact they've had on. That's why they have their book, Killing the Business, because they've had an impact that I'm not going to say it's comparable to the NWO or anything like that, because we don't have that. Those kind of people don't watch wrestling anymore. We don't draw those kind of numbers. But there's no denying that in this era, they have changed the game. And it's one thing I like to be fair. So there, I gave a little props to the Bucks of Youth, as one Matt Hardy used to say. All right, so now let's get back to the Saudi Arabia news. What do you make of them returning in November to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? You surprised by this? You okay with this? You still upset by it after all this time?
Just like everything else they do, I've been desensitized to it. Go get your money, Vince.
Money.
What are you going to do?
I know it's awful. I know it's morally bankrupt, but folks.
Hey, look, I softened a little bit on it when women got to wrestle. Mm-hmm. That was my biggest thing. You have to work that stuff out first. You can't just do 2 shows and then be like, all right, Saudi and all your money, because I don't know the dude that runs Saudi Arabia and I really don't care. Now we're going to have women. I really think they should have pushed a little harder to have them, but they're there now. Whether it's PR or not, it still makes a difference for young female fans in Saudi Arabia to see grown women out there wrestling in front of them, in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
Well, the PR spin that Stephanie put on that, as far as why wasn't there women wrestlers on the card the first few shows, she essentially said it was they wanted to get their feet in the door and not ruffle any feathers and prove it was a good relationship, but then they want to use it as a project for long-term change. Because let's be frank about it, because we don't shy away from controversy on this show, and we have gotten in trouble a few times for that from the powers that allow us to come on in. Let's be frank about it. Here's what Saudi Arabia cares about: money and profits, right?
That's what most of
us say that's accurate?
Yeah.
So once WWE proved, man, they can turn a profit at these shows with these big names and make them in terms of profit, not quality, folks, in terms of profit, bigger than WrestleMania, then you're willing to go, well, maybe women on the card will make more profit for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and that's what they care about. So I can understand that logic. I, for one, love the Saudi shows, not because I think that, again, the atrocities the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has committed over the years is okay, but simple. I'm a fan of part-timers. I start grinning from ear to ear when I think about the potential names we could see in some form on that card. The almighty Goldberg has got another match left this year. I got a feeling I know where he'll be at in November at some point or another. As always, you do have to at least mention the name The Undertaker around Saudi Arabia, because he and Goldberg are kind of the Mr. Saudi Arabias. Wouldn't you agree with that, Mr. McCarthy?
I would say so.
And Mr. WrestleMania is already taken, so it's great that Undertaker could be one of the contenders for Mr. Saudi Arabia. Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan may in some form be around, and let's be frank about it. Sure, you can say, well, it's that all those guys have had their time, and yes, you are right, but let's look at the numbers, people. The numbers bear out that they still have some drawing power. Justin with another comment. Thanks for commenting so much today, buddy. Keep on keeping on. After so many pay-per-views in Saudi, why not give them taste for what an actual pay-per-view is like? Let them hold a normal pay-per-view there. Well, that is because, Justin, by all accounts, the Prince of Saudi Arabia helps book those shows. And the Prince of Saudi Arabia is essentially my spirit animal. Because he likes nostalgia. His all-time favorite wrestler is reportedly The Undertaker. And why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? He likes Taker, he likes Goldberg, he likes Hogan, he likes Flair. They want the big stars. They want the old-timers. And by God, I do too. And so I'm excited to see the kind of profits and the kind of blood money that Vince McMahon may offer the Undertaker to get his carcass back in the ring? Could happen. Because at some point Vince is going to go, look, you want to go out against with nobody watching, pal? You want to go out in a driveway? My Undertaker goes out in front of 100,000 people. Right? Can't you see it?
I mean, I can.
Yeah, you could see it. I'm just saying. We're all like, well, he can probably avoid Mania, but even the dirt sheets reporting, though, they wonder if he'll be able to turn down the amount of money that Saudi Arabia is willing to go, hey, big fella, get in there one more time. So, yeah, Justin, that's why. The Prince of Saudi helps book those shows, and like me, that young fella likes his share of nostalgia. When I say share, I mean injected into my veins. All right. So do you think we get another fun-filled nostalgic event in November?
More than likely.
So
the world's open.
So let's go ahead and make some way too soon predictions. Goldberg on that card?
Yes.
Brock Lesnar on that card?
No.
You don't think Brock Lesnar's gonna be in Saudi if he's back?
I don't think he would want to go.
But he's been there several times.
Several times is probably enough for him.
Well, sure.
It's Brock Lesnar, for God's sakes. I mean, this man is lucky enough to make enough money to spend the entire pandemic at home on a ranch in Canada and not give a crap about anyone or anything but him and his family. I mean, that's the dream. Does he need more Saudi money? No.
Well, no, but who does? Who needs more Saudi money?
I'll give this caveat. If Sable goes, I'm tired of looking at you, go to Saudi Arabia, then he'll go to Saudi Arabia.
Do you think when Sable walks in the bedroom, her theme plays? You know, that big cat? Yeah, the big cat thing.
I mean, sometimes.
And then when Brock...
Depends how frisky they feel that day.
And you know that when Brock is pregame and the first few beats of his theme song come on, you can hear it now.
Yeah.
And there it is, just bouncing around right before you...
When it's a surprise, it just comes, she's just playing it on her phone, walking through the bedroom door. I could see that.
Yeah. If you were offended by those comments, we meant them in humor.
Mean, it's natural things.
Natural things, absolutely. All right, Undertaker on that card?
No.
You just try to hurt me, don't you?
I mean, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to think of this logically. Undertaker's done.
Or so
He's
we're
tired of being broken.
Or so we're told.
I don't think I believe when he says I'm tired of being broken that he's being truthful.
He's very tired of that. Actually, he's very tired of that. Again, I will admit openly on this show, when Taker misses 2 straight Manias and 2 straight Saudi shows, I will say that yes, he's unequivocally done. Does that mean he wouldn't wrestle again? No, but it would mean that they never thought of him wrestling again at the time.
So right now you're saying he's kind of retired, and then officially retired is because you never retire in wrestling. You always come back, but like I said, he's kind of retired.
He's got him for me to accept and go. All right, they're okay. Yes, the plan is he never wrestles again. I say the plan because Shawn Michaels, that was the plan. It has to be he misses 2 straight Manias. He missed 37, and so he's got to miss 38. And I mean not be an active participator on said card. And if he misses this Saudi event, the next Saudi event. Because he has missed a Saudi event before, but usually he's always on that follow-up. That's my caveat. We shall see. We shall see. All right, let's go ahead and talk some TakeOver. Before we do that, let's get another comment from Justin. Appreciate it. Would be difficult for Saudi with injuries, but Undertaker versus Miz is an underrated matchup that needs to happen. Well, I wouldn't mind it at a time, but it's not big enough now. You know what the Undertaker needs to do, though, before he hangs it up, period? He's never won the Intercontinental Championship. Never. Not a one.
It seems egregious.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
30 years he was in the game and hadn't won the Intercontinental Championship. All right, though. We will move on. We shall see. We will keep you up to date on all things Saudi Arabia return because, well, I like the shows and I'm kind of the Vince of this show, so I get to decide what we talk about. Is that not fair?
Sure.
I mean, I make the rundowns. You don't like it, you made the rundown.
I'm doing that.
So, all right. So what we're going to do now we got to talk about NXT TakeOver in your house.
That was all kinds of nostalgia. It was fun.
Really, I saw the card. It wasn't too much.
I wasn't being facetious. I was being honest. I liked it.
You like Top Hat and Yo?
That was hilarious to me.
Look, I
grew up on VHS tapes. That was funny. Okay?
Yeah, look, and I liked his segment with my boy Dexter Loomis. That was good stuff.
That was kind of good too.
All right, let's talk about NXT TakeOver in your house. NXT champion Karrion Kross defeated Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and Pete Dunne. Fatal 5-way match to retain his NXT championship. What'd you think? Right guy win? And then was it? I thought this was a damn good 5-way match because usually it's so, all right, I got to get my stuff in. And I didn't feel that way here. This felt reminiscent of the old, early 2000s brawls. Like, it felt like the right kind of chaos, like Armageddon, Hell in a Cell. Would you agree with that?
No, I agree completely because it wasn't like, it was like, oh yeah, I still hate you. Beat each other up for a minute. And then you're like, oh crap, big dude over here is going to kill us all. Let's all get him. Like, there wasn't that whole, I think the Fatal 5-way works, as weird as this may sound, a little bit better than some Fatal 4-ways because you can have that one dominant guy that gets taken out like Karrion Kross did for 5 minutes at a time. Mm-hmm. Everybody pairs off, does their thing, and then he comes in, cleans house, pairs off with somebody. Like, there was just, like you said, there was so much chaos. And we got little nods to old friends, new rivalries with Adam Cole.
Maybe.
And Cool Kyle power bombing Karrion Kross onto a table and not through a table because, whoops, they didn't gig it properly. What are you going to do? It probably hurt more.
And that's what I like here. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick, I mean fast, so fast break because I do believe, yes, I do believe. Have you heard the reports, Mr. McCarthy?
I did. I saw the reports.
Did you see him walk in the door, perhaps?
No, I just saw the message.
All right, fine. But we're going to take a quick break here in just a moment. Let me give my thoughts real quick on the championship match. I thought it was fantastic. Again, I'm a big Karrion Kross guy. I don't understand why people in the IWC say they don't get him. Like, what's there to get? Just watch magic happen.
I know we talked about this last week, but that's still flabbergasted. How do you not? He's a big dude that likes to beat people up. What more do you want?
I mean,
his name is Karrion because, well, he's a little on the dark side.
Yeah, and you can't really use Killer Kross when you're in a PG company. No. So, because he was Killer Kross in Impact, and I thought he was great there. Had some of Impact, some Abyss's. He was involved in Abyss's last feud for Impact. That English is my second language. Sarcasm is my first. Look, I really enjoyed this match. Kyle O'Reilly, hope to see him get around with the strap. Adam Cole, I'm ready for the main roster. Johnny Gargano, kind of the same thing at this point. Nice to see him dressed like, a Click member.
Yeah, that was great.
That was, by the way.
Forget how good you don't forget how good he is, but he was wrestling face on Sunday. Mm-hmm. He was not wrestling heel. And it just seemed more natural. Like, he's not a bad heel by any stretch of the imagination. But damn, he is one of those that is just like, and he's almost the perfect feud for Adam Cole. I don't know how they haven't done more one-on-one feuds because Adam Cole is obviously naturally a heel. Johnny Gargano is naturally a face.
It works.
They could just beat each other up forever.
We would be chanting fight forever. So while we're waiting on our usual producer to come on in here, give me a name besides Samoa Joe you'd be okay with taking over NXT GM.
Oh, that's hard.
Besides Samoa Joe.
Besides Samoa Joe, The Miz.
Oh, come on. You're being facetious now. You're being facetious.
He'd probably be good at it. What do you want to say, John Cena?
No, a realistic, because I've got a few names. Mick Foley comes to mind.
Foley would be good. I like your tease of Wade Barrett.
Bad news.
I think he'd be great.
I think Foley would be good because he didn't want to be Raw GM anymore because of the travel. Well, NXT stays in Florida, so it's less travel. Maybe weekly travel for him, but you're going down to sunny Florida. I believe firmly that Shawn Michaels would be a good name for it. He already writes and produces the show, and when you literally have that much star power sitting in the back, and look, no offense to NXT, and I know it's still developmental, but you haven't broken 700,000 viewers in a long time. Shawn Michaels or Mick Foley could help that, and that's important for USA and things of that nature. And I think Ric Flair would work. I think that as long as you kept him out of 10 segments, but I think 1 or 2 as an enforcement figure, which he's done before. Granted, it's been about a decade. Remember, he came back in WWE as just an authority figure. I think that would work. Tell him to tone it down a little bit and don't be Ric Flair, the nature boy. Be an elder statesman that can teach the kids. I mean, plus, think about the wealth of knowledge it would be to have him around every week. He's forgotten more about this business than most people have ever known.
Yeah, for sure. And
he wants to be around. So, yeah, that's 3 names I'd like to see. All of them have star power. All of them would bring their own strengths and weaknesses. By God, he's here. He's here. With that, we have to take our first break. Listen,
nice entrance theme.
That's fantastic.
I like it.
Some serious
off for copyright.
Some serious pomp circumstances. With that, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, I'm not going to be in this chair anymore. You're watching To the Turnbuckle, presented by Bruiser Nation Productions, right here on Heel Turn Wrestling.
Oh, hey there, Bruiser Nation. Raise those anchors and get ready to wear the official merch of Bruiser Nation Productions. Visit bruisernationproductions.kincustom.com and show the world your love of the Bruiser Nation as you go about your day in style. We have Bruise Cruise Podcast and To the Turnbuckle tees, hoodies, jackets, shoes, bags, and even pillows. You heard that right. Pillows. That's bruisernationproductions.kincustom.com. Once again, bruisernationproductions.kincustom.com. And remember, Bruiser Nation, stay good, because I'm always good.
Dear God, the prodigal son has returned. He was only 30 minutes late and a few dollars short, but we worked out a payment plan. Of course, I'm talking about the man that produces all things To the Turnbuckle, the man that belongs in that chair more than me, because he's just better than I am, and he knows it. Yeah, we all know it. Everybody out there knows it. Of course, I'm talking about the man who's quiet, humble, always ready to rumble. He's macho. He's dapper. He's one hell of a yapper. Some say he's like Switzerland. Some say he's Mr. In-Between, and I wouldn't mess with him. He's got the hottest wheels in motorsports. He's got the hottest wheels at all of Squirrel on Ale and Heel Turn Wrestling, just all the podcasting, for Pete's sake. And, of course, I'm talking about the man. I'm talking about the man that is going to be Lauren's future hubby, from what I've been told. Travis Gnarly Napper, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, feels good to be back in the chair. Yeah, got all the power back in my veins. I feel good, yeah.
Feeling good, feeling right, feeling good, feeling right, yeah. All right, ooh. McCarthy, good to see you. Good to see you.
It is.
Good to see you.
This feels right.
Does it?
Yes.
Honey, I'm
in
home.
half an hour. That's not what my watch says. He's almost an hour late. Egregious, sir.
Well, you were about 10 minutes late.
That's fair.
I was ready at 5 o'clock. I
was wondering.
I was ready.
I was wondering.
I got in here, boys. I got in here.
Look, I had to get my liquid refreshments.
I got in here.
Dying of dehydration.
I walked in here at 4:30 on the dot. I came in ready to go. I was like, I'm ready.
I'm not in an air-conditioned grocery store all day like some people.
Cody, thank you for watching. Justin Seeger says Daniel Bryan for NXT GM. What do you think? Daniel Bryan, NXT GM, how much would you like that?
Great.
That'd be like...
I don't know. I don't like it. I want him to be a GM, but I don't want to see him be in NXT.
Why? What do you have against NXT?
Yes.
I just don't
Do you think it's beneath him?
No, I just don't think... I don't think he's that edgy.
He doesn't
And
need to be
NXT's
edgy.
edgy.
NXT's not edgy. What have you been watching?
They're a little edgy.
They're edgier than
The main roster, which
Pretty
isn't
much.
saying very much.
Yeah. It's literally puppies on SmackDown and Easter peeps on Monday Night Raw.
Well, there you go.
Why did I say Easter peeps? Because nobody likes peeps.
Nobody. Not even this guy.
Yep.
Some I like.
Do you like peeps?
You like the cinnamon kind, don't you?
You like
Is there
peeps?
cinnamon?
No. Some of their like special flavors I thought were all right.
All right, that's inappropriate. Cody,
Paying you for that?
Cody, thank you. Cody, thank you for watching. James, thank you for watching. Napper, I want your thoughts quickly, though.
Yes.
Quickly on the rumor that Samoa Joe's coming back to NXT and on Wrestling Roll. What do you think of that rumor?
I buy it.
You buy it? What do you want to see it? Do you want Samoa Joe as the next GM of NXT? Do you want him as the enforcer? What do you want from Samoa Joe NXT? Talk to me.
I was the same as you. I want him as an enforcer. I don't want to see him as a GM. Not that he can't do it. I really think he could. But if they're not going to use William Regal as the GM of NXT, he better have a job somewhere else. Because otherwise he's being very underutilized. And I wouldn't mind seeing him on Raw or SmackDown, especially taking over the Raw roster again.
Oh yeah,
like he did back in the day. I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I don't feel like if he's out at NXT that they're going to really do anything with him on any other brands. If he's done in NXT, he's probably going strictly coaching.
Yeah,
and maybe that's what he wants. Maybe for family's sake, that's what he needs and what he wants to do. And maybe he's feeling like he's getting a little too old for this on the TV side at least and wants to just focus on coaching. But I would, if he feels good enough to keep doing it, I'd love to see him be the GM still and just have an enforcer. And I think that's what Joe could do.
We shall see. We'll get an update on that tonight, Tuesday night, 8 p.m., in which we will be driving home.
Darn.
Well, I won't be driving. I can't drive.
You think he announces it at the beginning of the show?
Right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning?
Just get right to it. It's
gotta be
It's
okay.
William Regal. Like, I mean, if
He is very, like,
if it was
punctual.
Shawn Michaels, for example, it would also make more sense because he's the main event.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, nothing against the greatness of William Regal, but he was never at the main event level.
Plus, he can be, like, serious but, like, entertaining at the same time.
And you kind of want to open the show with that kind of an announcement. NXT doesn't open with a lot of promos. The promo is not just, you know what, we don't know what to do for 10 minutes. Go out there and talk. There's a reason behind his upcoming promo tonight. So I think you kick off the show with it, regardless of what it is.
3 names.
It's going to be double War Games. There's 4 cages now.
4 cages.
4 rings, 4 cages.
Winner.
It's
all of them.
It's 1 cage over 2 rings, as always, as it always has been. Crazy person.
Okay, quadruple War Games. I apologize.
Yes, thank
I just got off work. I'm a little bit.
Dodecagona War Games. I want Dodecagona War Games. Yeah.
If William Regal can pronounce that, I'm all for it.
Yes. All right.
I don't know what that is.
Let us know in the comments.
It doesn't matter. It's awesome, and we love it. It doesn't matter if you can say it.
Let us know in the comments who you want to see take over as NXT GM. Again, Justin, thank you. All right, now back to NXT TakeOver.
Oh, boy.
What'd you make of that main event, Mr. Napper? Did you get a chance to dial in and see it?
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I know it was the same time as the All-Star is.
Yeah.
It's a late night for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually watched it this morning.
Good man. Good man. I'll tell you what. I've got the most dedicated crew you have ever seen, people. I am blessed.
Yeah.
All right. Be humble. Damn. Okay.
Are you sure?
He went, yeah. He went, yeah, you are blessed, you fat son of a. All right. So, but yeah, I loved this main event. Karrion Kross won, right guy. Again, I thought this was chaotic enough, but not too chaotic where it just felt like everybody was getting their stuff in. I thought this was reminiscent of like the Armageddon Hell in a Cell back in 2000, where it was chaos, but it was kind of controlled chaos. What stuck out to you during this match, if anything, Napper?
Sorry, just getting a little bit situated still here. Mostly the chemistry. Seemed like everybody had pretty good chemistry with one another. I was very impressed with the alternating styles and the way that they were able to do some combo moves in there. I thought that was really cool, the way they threw all that in there. I was kind of surprised that it didn't ever seem like it was all cross. Like I expected the way that he came out with the promos and everything, the way he just wanted to take everybody on. I was kind of expecting a just monster takeover, no pun intended, with Karrion Kross.
See what you did there.
I expected him to have a little bit more offense than he really did. I know he definitely had more towards the end of the match, but I was expecting him to just kind of take it to people, and it really didn't seem like that was the case. You got to see all the other competitors showcase their stuff more than you really saw Kross showcase his stuff, because I don't really think he needed to. Only thing he needed to do is prove that he could beat them all, and he did that very well. Loved the finish. Loved the way they went about it, not putting the pin on Cole, but also kind of teasing it with Cole being the one that almost tapped. So you can kind of tell where they're going with this, possibly. You know at some point Cole's going to be back involved in this. So I like the way they did that finish. It was good storytelling.
I agree. I thought I have very little complaints. I don't have any real complaints, to be honest, with that main event. I do, again, I still am a little bit on the Adam Cole go to the main roster side, because it's just been,
Yes, it would. It would be very nice.
It's just been done, brother. That sun has been sun that shines off the apple. NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez defeated Ember Moon. I got to tell you, boys, Raquel Gonzalez doesn't do a whole lot for me. I get it. She's big and strong, but other than that, where's the development of the character? Why do I care about Raquel Gonzalez? Mr. McCarthy, do you feel similar to me in that regard? She's big, she's athletic, she's pretty, she's all those things, but there's nothing special about her. There's no reason for me to be invested. When the originator of female gimmicks like that is sitting in ringside, the Glamazon, I just don't see anything that should latch me on to Raquel Gonzalez. Do you agree or disagree?
I almost have to agree with you. I mean, especially not when you compare her to Ember Moon. Mm-hmm. Like, there's almost no character.
Nothing.
She's like Lance Storm.
If I can be serious for a second.
See what you did there?
Yeah, I don't know. She just doesn't pull me in. I look at Ember Moon and I go, she's got a different look than most WWE females. She's pretty, she's spunky, she's got a good look, good personality, good promo, just a different look than most. Raquel Gonzalez feels like a less charismatic Glamazon at the moment, if I'm being honest. What were your thoughts on the match, Mr. McCarthy?
I thought it was a great match, to be completely honest. Ember Moon really stood out. Like, she took it to the bigger, stronger Raquel Gonzalez. And I think, back to Raquel Gonzalez, I think she needs to separate from Dakota Kai.
Yes.
Find herself. Like, they're friends. I like the dynamic, but she was her bodyguard. Now she's the champion, which is fine. But she hasn't had a chance to find herself. And NXT is more about finding yourself than anything.
I have to agree with you. Cody, thank you for watching. Tony, thank you for watching. Pal, thank you for watching. Curtis, thank you for watching. Let us know what you think of NXT TakeOver. What stuck out to you? Leave a comment. We do appreciate you. LA Knight defeated... Well, hold on. I'm being rude. Mr. Napper, what'd you think of this NXT Women's Championship match? And are you like me and thinking, why the hell should I care about Raquel Gonzalez at the moment?
I know I was an hour late, but damn.
I was thinking that same thing.
Jeez.
Take that. That's what you.
I will say I'm in agreement. I'm fully in agreement. And it's unfortunate because I do think she has something to offer. They haven't put her in solo promos very often, but I think if they would, it would probably benefit her.
Yeah.
Because, if you listen to the press conference that they held, because they showed little snippets of that, she actually did pretty well against Ember Moon in promos. But they haven't had very many moments like that where she's had solo promos by herself. It's usually Dakota Kai involved in some way or fashion. I'm in complete agreement with you. And we've been preaching this for how long at this point? Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez need to split.
They do.
They just do. And I know at some point it's going to happen because I'm almost certain that Dakota Kai is probably going to be the one that takes it off of Raquel. But at some point, you got to start showing us that dissension because otherwise it's getting too long to where this is starting. Like you said, it's becoming to the point where I don't care about Raquel Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. You need to strike now with this because it's starting to get a little stale. And unless you do something that while they're still together that reignites that, you might as well just flip the switch and have those two feuding tomorrow. Or tonight, I guess, in the case.
Yeah. Give the title to the leader of Team Kick. Dang it.
Yeah.
Care. Do it. Do it now.
Yeah.
Tonight.
No, not tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight is not the night.
It'll be William Regal's last decree as NXT GM. Raquel Gonzalez versus Dakota Kai for the NXT Women's Championship in the main event on the USA Network.
Did you say decree?
Maybe.
Well, I do decree that idea is stupid.
I think you're being facetious.
No, I'm not. Because I don't even really remember what that word means right now.
LA Knight. Well, let's
That's
I'll help you out.
word.
Okay.
LA Knight defeated Cameron Grimes to win the $1 Million Championship. I'm going to start on this one. I didn't like the package beforehand to act like it was the most prestigious championship. Like it's the most expensive. That's fine. But let's history lesson, young folks. It was made because they never trusted him to win the big belt. Ted DiBiase has never officially won the WWE Championship. Now, there's some controversy on, is he a one-time winner because he kind of bought the belt that one, back in the 80s. But overall, he is not considered to be an official WWE champion. He made it, so guess what? It's the nicer belt. It is not the more prestigious belt. It's iconic because of Ted DiBiase, but there's not some storied history behind the belt like the video package wanted you to believe.
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin had it. That's something.
Long live the Ringmaster. Long live the Ringmaster. I want a Ringmaster t-shirt. Well, I don't know why Stone Cold. Who needs that?
That's fair.
Can you understand where I'm coming from?
No, I know. No, that video package made it seem like it was like bigger than the WWE Championship, and for real, Austin just came out like a month ago, said it was made like crap.
Yeah,
I'm sure they made a new one probably, but it was never really $1 million championship. You really think Ted DiBiase or Vince McMahon is gonna fill a belt with that many legit diamonds and be like, you know what, Ted? Why don't you go hit people with that right now? That seems like a great use of my money. Mm-hmm. I don't see that happening. Is there a real one in Ted DiBiase's office? Probably, but not on TV.
Larry,
not getting used.
Larry, thank you for watching. Yeah, that was my thing. Is that look, there's not some amazing history of the $1 Million Championship. It's just cool, but let's remember. It was made because Ted DiBiase was never quite a top-tier main event player. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. I love Ted DiBiase. He's giving me that weekly dose of nostalgia that I love. But that video package was meh. And then again, now onto the match. LA Knight doesn't need Ted DiBiase. Doesn't need him at all. At all.
No, he doesn't need him, but it fits LA Knight more than Cameron Grimes.
I disagree. It may fit the current version, but that's where you can have Ted DiBiase mentor Cameron Grimes and sharpen Cameron Grimes up and, I don't know, clean his look up, get a haircut and a beard trim, and all of a sudden he's not going to the moon. He's going to the moon. I just think it could work. And you could turn him into an evil villain that quits the hokey garbage. Like I said, he can go. I mean, just picture this. Walk with me, McCarthy. Walk with me. All right, my bad. Well, hey, it is what it is. I have cerebral palsy. Look, imagine Cameron Grimes finishing a promo, right? Intense, new look, nice, sharp, trimmed beard, hair, suit, tie. Ted DiBiase in the back, and he finishes it by going not to the moon, but to the moon, and then that iconic DiBiase laugh, and then they walk out.
I could see.
Think about that. Right. Think about that. You want to carry on that legacy? When the hell was Ted DiBiase ever silly and hokey? Very rarely.
When he was with Erwin R. Shyster? I don't know.
I'm painting a narrative here.
I just said it because I like to say Erwin R. Shyster, okay? It's a fun name to say, like Montel Vontavious Porter.
MVP.
That name is so fun to say.
Look, I liked Umaga's handler, you know.
Oh, what was his name?
Wasn't it? It was like Alejandro.
Ricardo Gonzalez?
I think it actually was.
Yes.
I'll look it up.
But, Mr. McCarthy, why do you think LA Knight winning this title was the right call? If so, why?
I mean, I think it fits him more than it does Cameron Grimes, and I don't know if this... Like, I don't want to see Ted DiBiase manage LA Knight. I think it's kind of pointless. Like you said, like, LA Knight doesn't need help cutting promos. Like, he does just fine. Cameron Grimes is all right, too, so I don't know. I can't tell right now if the right guy won, because neither guy needs Ted DiBiase. I don't think Cameron Grimes necessarily needs Ted DiBiase. His ridiculousness has gotten him to this level. Now, could it make him more serious? Sure. But LA Knight has a proven track record. He doesn't need Ted DiBiase as a manager. But the match was freaking sweet.
Yeah, because in 20 years, LA Knight's going to be a manager to some young
kid
that needs a little help, because LA Knight, and I know this is going to sound, so I think he's on the level of The Rock and Ric Flair when it comes to promos. He's that good. He's that good. When it comes, and now, does he have the pedigree of either one of those two men? Absolutely not. Does he have that promo that you instantly can think of or rattle off? No. But in terms of pure vocal ability, I think he's arguably the best since then. And you know how high, people say, well, that's because you don't like The Rock. I said Ric Flair too, and I damn sure love him. So we'll see on that. Give us your thoughts on the match. You know, anything that stuck out, the big gold ladder?
Honestly, other than the big gold ladder, which was weird, like, that almost took me out of it, because I think this is the most logical ladder match that I've ever seen. They fought over the ladder. Like, of course they're stalling because it's a ladder match. But there wasn't stalling to go get a ladder. There was stalling to climb the ladder. They fought over the ladder. Like, that's something that you would really do if you were in a ladder match in real life. I'm not getting hit with this. Give me this. Like, it just felt different to me. It really stood out, like, as a whole match, as they were trying to do something different, and they succeeded. The match didn't revolve around the ladder. It didn't revolve around crazy spots. It was a ladder match, how we used to see them, where it wasn't Spot Fest. Told a story. It was a weird story.
It was
good.
It was reminiscent of Sean and Razor.
It was.
I think I
wasn't
would
anything crazy.
I would bet that Sean helped produce that match.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it was reminiscent of his ladder matches. Because you can even go to the unsanctioned match that him and Jericho had, and ladders were involved there, and it wasn't crazy. It was just
even the ladder match those two had for the World Heavyweight Championship wasn't crazy.
Yeah, so it had a Shawn Michaels flavor to it, and of course now that he's so involved in NXT, which I have my personal thoughts on Shawn Michaels, the human being, and that I think he's a good guy now, but we all know he wasn't for a long time. But there's no denying the wealth of knowledge that man has to help the next generation, and that's so cool that he's involved and clean enough and well enough to do it. Mr. Napper, I've let you have a few moments to gather yourself. Now you got to let me know, what are your thoughts on LA Knight winning this championship? What are your thoughts on the match? You have the floor.
I think they made the right decision. In the long run, I really hope that this doesn't just put Cameron Grimes back to the bottom of the barrel. I want to see how this story builds, but I think if this is used to build Cameron Grimes up, I think this was the right decision, only because I think we can still get to where you want to go to get him serious with this, because now he's got to claw even harder. Now he's got to fight and find that seriousness in him, because he still failed to get the $1 million championship. If he can find that to beat LA Knight for it, I think we still get to our good destination with Cameron Grimes. Do either one of them need Ted DiBiase? No. I agree with both of you. They don't really need him. I think this is a good way to get them both still on the card and still in limelight, because it puts a big spotlight on them with that title being involved with them. But I think if there's no ultimate payoff here, and I don't think it needs to be great, but it better be good. Then they've kind of failed with this whole thing. But I think for the moment, they did their job. They put a spotlight on these two guys and what they can do, obviously. And as you guys pointed out, they did an incredible job with the ladder match. It wasn't anything too hokey or over the top. Oh my God, look at this, they did that. No, it was just, oh my God, they're beating the crap out of each other. No. Yeah.
And to be honest, we need more ladder matches like that.
We do.
Of course.
We need more matches, period, like that. Especially when it's gimmick matches.
Yeah,
because all these gimmick matches are getting a little bit too spot fest.
They are. Because they're trying to outdo the spots.
They're trying to
outdoing the match. Outdo the match.
Well,
Mick Foley and The Undertaker didn't set out to outdo the spots. They wanted to have a better match.
See, that's the thing, though. They're looking at old matches like that and saying, look at the spot that they did that everyone's talking about. Well, now that I have to do 5 or 3 spots like that to get everybody to talk about my match. Well, no, they did it organically. They did it that was just something that happened. Don't go out there and have a spot fest. Go out there and have a match and see what happens.
Well, so much of today's generation, Becky, thank you for watching. So much of today's generation has what I kind of call the Eminem syndrome. Eminem is kind of saddled with, I can't ever outdo my old self. Eminem had that incredible run where, Slim Shady was just it.
I recall.
Yeah,
I'm old.
Yeah.
I recall.
As do I. I grew up on my brother had the Marshall Mathers LP on a cassette tape. Wow. And so, and Eminem may or may not, and this is different, but he may or may not still be putting out great quality stuff that might be up there with his original stuff, or it may not be. We can debate that all day long. But because it was so good at first, it'll never be viewed in that same light. You understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
And so guys go out, and the first flip or 2 or 5 was so special and so cool, and we've never seen anyone do that before. And oh my goodness. But now we've seen it, and we're desensitized, and so now everyone, instead of just getting back to basics, keep it simple, stupid. We're like, well, we did this. We did 12 of them last time. We have to go for 22. Just less is more. And that this whole generation, both companies, it's not exclusive to any company, has forgot less is more. Less is more. Because how are you going to have the career of The Undertaker or Chris Jericho or just anyone that has lasted a long, long time when, if you watch their matches, they didn't do this. You can't do this and last. It's a dangerous game.
Look at Mick Foley. Look at Edge.
Yeah.
Look at the guys that put dangerous spots on the map and felt compelled to do it to maintain their push.
Yeah, I mean,
They're broken down. I mean, Foley's broken.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him walk and it hurts.
And that's saying something coming from cerebral palsy and spina bifida.
Yeah,
kid.
like it hurts. It hurts. And Mick Foley had a hip replacement and like has to walk with a cane here and there depending on what he's doing. Sometimes he'll still gimmick it up and go, I'll be all right.
Like he could beat us for handicapped.
Yeah. But like he's like only 52 or whatever he is. Like he's not that old. Like we talk about Chris Jericho still getting in the ring or Undertaker potentially having one more match around this age or older, and yet he cannot. He cannot. Like, his doctor has told him one more concussion and it might be game over. There's a risk to it, and so everybody's got to look at that. And so let's get back to basics a little bit, and I think you'll put on a much better product overall. And it's not because that stuff isn't great that other people like the Young Bucks do. Again, not my personal cup of tea, but it's because no matter what, you are getting desensitized to it. That's why, if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, Nick Gage thinks the ECW guys are a bunch of, I can't say his word, so a bunch of wussies. Did you see that Dark Side of the Ring episode?
Yes. Dear God. That dude's crazy.
Because, welcome on the podcast anytime, sir.
Yes, please explain why you wear, a mask to the ring, but not to rob a bank. I must know the logic that went into this decision.
But my point being...
That's the irony. You said logic. There apparently was none.
But my point being is that's that's the problem. When someone like him thinks the ECW guys are a bunch of wussies, they weren't hardcore enough. Have you seen them? It shouldn't have been legal.
It really shouldn't have. There was some stuff, man.
Go talk to any of the old ECW guys that are still around, and they're all punch drunk, and they're all out of it, and just because they didn't cut an artery doesn't mean they aren't hardcore. So that's all I'm saying is this generation worries me in that way. Let's move it on. Next match. Xia Li defeated Mercedes Martinez. They're making Xia Li look like a big damn deal. You can tell they have plans for her. And plans for it. Whatever she is, looking like she's coming out of the ring. Like the movie.
Yeah.
Crawling out of the whale. What the hell is her name?
Oh, man, what is her name?
Why I asked you?
Mia...
Miyane?
Something like that.
Yay?
Yay. Okay.
I don't remember. Maya Ying? I don't know.
But
they said it like twice, and I didn't hear it the first time.
I know.
But Xia Li, they're making her look like a big deal. I think they have big plans for her. What do you think of this match, and what do you think the future holds for Xia Li and Mr. McCarthy?
I think
Mei Ying.
I was close.
We both were.
I thought this match was really well done. Really well done. They both took it to her. It really showed how much they have invested in Xia Li. Like, you were never really sure just because of the gimmick that she's in right now. It hadn't really taken off. Who are these people? We've been asking questions for months. Who is this lady?
Women all violent.
We've only known her name for what, a month? They've been doing this for months, give or take a month or so. And the entrance was great. Nice little sword. That was pretty legit. I do think that they're on a slippery slope with this gimmick, though. Like, she got handled handled by Mercedes Martinez in the end. But then Mi Yang took her down with an arm. So is she supernatural?
The dark side.
Or like what's going on?
Well,
Like,
they already explained that, didn't they?
I don't remember.
Something.
Obviously.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to be offensive, but something with the dragon.
The dark side.
So I do think that there is some level of supernatural things in there, or like fantasy things in there. I don't know what I don't remember what the full story is, but yeah, I think there is some kind of like other force.
Look, if she doesn't do a Hadouken, I'm going to be upset.
I'm just
I
gonna,
think that's offensive.
What do you mean? Dragons? Street Fighter? It fits.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody's going to get offended. You know that.
Everybody gets offended by everything.
I'm just going to try to move on from you saying fantasy things.
I was kind of hoping you would.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, just
At least I said supernatural. Jeez.
you went fantasy things, and I went, hello.
Dragons, elves, I don't know.
There's no elves. Dragons make more sense. It's part of their heritage.
That's considered fantasy, is dragons and elves.
Are you sure?
Shut up.
There's no rice grain of truth that says dragons never really existed. We're just taking people's words for it.
I'm gonna get my
Whatever you say, McCarthy.
Let me get my other beverage. Think we'll need it.
I think you're.
Are you two done?
I think
Probably
so.
not. Just gonna be honest.
I'll try not to knock it over this week. Did you two really just debate dragons, Japanese culture, and all?
Look, we are getting people ready for the Bruce Cruise podcast, Macabre. It's gonna be huge.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he will do that every
I
time
will
he
do that.
says
Macabre. See,
Macabre.
I do it, Macabre.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Macabre. It's weird with this microphone here. It's not positioned properly.
I was kind of hoping it would stop you.
Nope. You can't stop my foolishness. You know this, man.
By the way, we there's a chance tonight on NXT for the Grizzled Young Veterans to finally be recognized. So if they win these titles tonight,
And I got to say it.
they'll be recognized
Yep.
every single week, and that's how we kick it off every single week. By the way, at the end of the show, we will throw every one of these.
Oh, yeah. Again.
We promise you, every single one.
So my only problem with this match is kind of what McCarthy just said.
Didn't ask yet, but okay, go ahead.
No, whatever. I don't care. We've already taken over the show anyway.
All right. You guys go ahead.
Why is she getting manhandled? I know it's weird to say because she's a woman.
Mercedes Martinez?
No, Xia Li.
She didn't
She got manhandled in this match.
in here.
Yes, she did. Come on. You know she did.
got destroyed.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Hardly.
But here's my question. Who's the babyface and who's the heel? I know it doesn't always matter, but Xia Li, the one thing I want to give credit, we talked about the opening package for, I think it was what you said, for the LA Knight and the Cameron Grimes. I appreciated the video package for this match because I probably missed something, but I didn't understand the full backstory of this match and why it was taking place in the beginning. So I thought they did a really good job of throwing it back to why she was targeting Mercedes Martinez in the first place with the whole Mae Young Classic thing. Mm-hmm. I thought they did really well with throwing that back. The problem I have is she takes this match to get retribution and then gets destroyed. Like, to me, that's not good storytelling. At no point in this match, I know she got the win, and that's technically, the retribution, but she really at no point had any real offense in this match. And if you're looking to get retribution and embarrass your opponent for the embarrassment you got, the Mae Young Classic, I would expect at least a little bit more offense. And then she grabs the chair and gets the chair used against her.
She's a heel.
Who is?
Xia Li.
Then how did she get her ass beat by a steel chair?
That's how it happens.
Not always.
You bring in the chair as a heel, and you screw up, and you get hit with it.
But didn't Mercedes Martinez like a week or month ago play the heel against Raquel Gonzalez?
Well, sure.
Yeah, but that's Raquel Gonzalez. They want her to be a face.
Bobby Thomas, thank you for watching.
I don't know what's going on.
Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you are well.
I like the story, but I was throughout the match I was confused with that because it seemed like they wanted Xia Li to be the heel, but at the same time she's getting her butt kicked.
You complain too much.
I do.
You're grumpy.
Doesn't he?
He's grumpy
This
today.
is what I used to have to hear at the store all the time.
Do you agree he's grumpy today?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Something
had
must
to
have gone
work.
down. I had to work too.
All right. All right. Let's talk about it.
Giant eagle.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
You remember what that happened?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Right here for the Buckle Brigade.
Okay.
What time did you get up today? What time did you get up?
8:30.
8:30.
8:30.
Yeah.
We're talking here.
2.5 hours after I got up. What do you do?
I was still
Stuff for this show, dang it.
I was still up at 5:30. So
Still up is ridiculous.
my whole life is ridiculous. Bobby Thomas has got a comment. Hold on.
Oh, geez.
I read that John Cena seemed inspired by the Roman Reigns heel turn, and that opens a lane for Cena to turn heel. I hope so. Well, I did see those comments. John did seem to be more open to it all of a sudden.
I mean, he left kind of in a heelish way.
He's got movie star money. He doesn't care about merch sales. I mean, he cares.
He doesn't care about the kids anymore.
But, I mean, he's got movie star money.
You son of a...
It's like, oh, I can handle not selling him 30 more shirts. It's fine.
Bobby, I got to tell you, I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he'll do it. I know.
I think he'd do it as a joke. That's it.
I know.
You mean when he did that heel turn?
Yeah.
That was great, though, by the way.
You know,
I laughed.
And like bringing out the doctor of thugonomics every once in a while and kind of turning.
I don't think he'll do it because I think he cares too much about the kids.
That damn wonderful human being.
Just that
know,
that
gosh.
wonderful son of a biscuit eating bulldog. Because Bobby, I think that he cares so much about the kids, and especially the ones with the Make-A-Wish Foundation that don't know it's a work, that don't know it's predetermined, and so I think he cares a lot about that. So I would be surprised to ever see him turn heel. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just want to see John Cena back in the WWE ring. How about you? Period. I don't care if he's face, heel, tweener, in between. I don't care. I just want to see him back in the ring. We'll see. Bobby, thank you so much for commenting again. Hope you're well. Hope you stay tuned in, brother. All right. NXT North American Champion, the thick boy, the Colossus, Bronson Reed, and NXT Tag Team Champions MSK defeated Legado del Fantasma in a winner-take-all match. I gotta say, I like this winner-take-all thing. It's a little different. You know, just why not? Something different. I thought this was a good match to kick it off. Bronson Reed has got it. He's got it. There's something special in there if it's used proper. I think he's got it. Thoughts on this matchup, Mr. Napper?
I agree with everything you just said.
Well, I'm used to, right?
I agree. I like the whole winner takes all thing. If done correctly and not overused, it can be a fun little thing to throw in there. I know we've seen it kind of a little bit with Impact and AEW with their championship and the AEW championship, but I like the winner take all. Just don't do it every other pay-per-view. But in this case, I thought it was entertaining and it works for the story, so that's why I think it worked well to have the match like this. And I agree. I thought it was a great match to start. I didn't really see any other match on the card that I thought would have been a good starter. So they definitely picked a great match to start, and I agree. Bronson Reed, he's become one of my favorites on NXT.
The resident thick boy.
They've got a lot of great main talent, but he's definitely become one of my favorites.
Mr. McCarthy, thoughts on this opening matchup for NXT TakeOver in your house?
This one really surprised me. A lot of the times I don't get behind these 6-man tag winner-take-all matches.
It's because you're old.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's probably fair. But this match was really well done, and it never felt like everything was shoehorned together. It was like a natural progression of these teams fighting each other and not just some random Intercontinental or North American champion getting thrown into the match just because. It made sense. So that's what I really liked about it, which we talk about a lot on NXT. They kind of do a lot of is make
You said do.
things make sense. Ha ha ha. That was on purpose.
Sure it was.
To hear you guys laugh like 6-year-olds.
I didn't mean to giggle.
There it is. Whatever.
Can you say kaboom for me?
Kaboom!
Thanks.
Doesn't bother.
What am I? Just you're. I had a word, but I forgot.
Yep.
it.
Sound effects guy? Well, if you just do your voiceovers and put them in the drive, we could just.
Yeah, that's.
I work in Giant Eagle. I ain't got time for that.
Time's man-made, all right?
Egregious.
Time is man-made, isn't it, McCarthy?
Probably.
Yep. By the way, breaking news here.
Oh, no.
I am the closest I've ever been to buying an AEW t-shirt.
Why?
Closest I've ever been.
Why?
I really like Mark Henry.
Yes.
I like. Yeah, have you seen that new shirt?
No, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't
like it.
perused the shop lately. Of course there's a shirt.
There's a shirt for everything. You can
We have shirts. I think Mark Henry didn't get a shirt.
and you can buy shirts at BruiserNationProductions.com.
I'm sorry. I just didn't think they'd had one out so quickly.
You can buy our merch at BruiserNationProductions.com. Click the To the Turnbuckle tab, and it's got everything you could ever want.
Not to correct you, sir.
All right.
It's actually click the merch tab. There's a dedicated
hell.
merch tab.
Go to Bruiser Nation Productions and read, all right? Unless you're blind. In which case, we'll get you a scroll.
I don't think that helps.
I don't. All right. Well, what a braille? What is it? That they
A
have?
braille keys.
All right.
How does that work
Well,
on a computer?
here this week on To the Turnbuckle, we offend the blind community.
Are we really
Like, do they
surprised?
still have scrolls? Like, is that how this works? And who makes the scrolls? Curious minds must know.
A monk up in the Himalayas. I don't know.
That seems a lot of work.
Love the Himalayas. God bless Himalayas.
By the way, we just offended monks, so
I mean,
yeah,
monks technically shouldn't be watching our show anyway.
that's fair.
But that's all right. Come on in, sinners. Okie dokie. Well, look, I enjoyed this tag team match. I enjoyed it very, very much. Bronson Reed, like I said, he's got it, star power in spades. I think we really could. I'd like to see at some point, a little bit of time, but hear me out. I'd like to see at some point Bronson Reed versus Karrion Kross.
Yes.
I mean, you think about it. Let's like WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
You talking about something?
There are very few guys where I think that would work. Keith Lee obviously was one of them. I definitely think Bronson Reed's.
I miss him.
Me too.
We all do.
I
Oh,
hope he's okay.
same. Samesies. All right, we want to take a second to remind you that you're watching To the Turnbuckle on Heel Turn Wrestling. Give Heel Turn Wrestling a like, share, go ahead and hit that notifications bell, and they get more wild and wacky than we do, especially if you ever check out that private chat. Lord, they say some things. Be sure to watch Big Stevie C Heel and Face podcast each and every Sunday, roughly 2 p.m. Just go ahead and do it. Speaking of promotion, while we're at it, next Tuesday we will be doing a crossover with In the Ring and Lady Pain. We will be in Mansfield, boys. Mansfield, Ohio. I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know a damn thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pre-record this.
I don't know if we're going live. I don't know what we're doing.
I don't think we have the equipment to go live.
The school does.
It's the middle of summer,
And
there's sports. Do you think that we will get priority
yes,
to the equipment?
Why would we?
Why would we?
because she is, I think.
That's fair.
I mean, she's still involved.
We're involved.
I mean, yeah, but
Hardly.
We're involved.
We all three avoid being involved.
Hey,
I wouldn't go that
I did
far.
a broadcast like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I did a broadcast a week ago. It's called To the Turnbuckle.
Yeah, me too. Content.
What I did there?
I will be
Provide content.
I will be back in the game. I will be back in the game in July for baseball.
I was supposed to help them with soccer.
Are you going to be in for baseball?
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're coming out. Are you doing the wrestling show in August?
I can.
No, I'm not doing it without you guys.
There's a what?
You know that. Okay, live.
Oh, yeah. The
Live-
thing that got postponed last year? That thing?
What thing?
I don't know. The commentary thing.
Please enjoy this brief business
Moment of
meeting between
ridiculousness.
three podcasters who.
But just.
We all
we're-
have ADD,
Yeah,
okay?
That's how it is.
It just pops out.
Okay. I'll send you the link because I'm not doing
You
it.
can't get this from Vince, can you? Look inside the production meeting.
But because I'm not doing it without you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Just send it yet?
Everybody that's watching just awed.
I love you. All right.
You didn't send it yet.
Because I'm in the middle of a show.
Oh, now he cares.
I know now he cares. He's, I'll send it to you.
I will.
Now our viewers are wondering what we're referring to, and I have no frame of
He's
reference.
just stalling so we don't have to talk about AEW.
No, I'm going to talk about AEW.
That's on the rundown next. We can't go to the other stuff before we talk about
That man can and will find a way.
I was going to
Elite.
say.
wrestling.
I was going to say, I'll do whatever I damn well please with my rundown. I made it.
Well, yeah, but it's currently made. It's set in stone paper.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh my god. This is gonna be a
Actually,
fast show.
if you fold it in half, I see SmackDown. Oh,
Did I ever tell you?
probably.
I hate you.
Yes, numerous times.
Just to be sure.
All right, boys, let's do it. Let's talk AEW.
It's about dang time. God.
I mean, yeah.